Okay.
All right, we are live. I don't think it did the countdown.
I didn't get.
I think we're
Are we
just
live?
live. Yes.
Yes, I do see here where it says we are live. Let me.
Hey, 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 hey.
I'm gonna.
Welcome, 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 everyone. Hopefully, y'all can hear us. Hopefully, y'all can see us. We are ready. We have been getting our minds, our thoughts, our passions, everything together to bring y'all what? The credit team, right? So
T.
I
Right.
hope y'all are ready. If y'all have any problems, reach out. Let us know. Put it in the chat. I know that we are live on Facebook. Jazz or Shayna, is someone watching the Facebook so we can see what the
Yes.
I
people?
am. I'm watching. I'm watching to see if we have any comments, so
Yes.
that if anybody has questions, we can answer these questions.
Yes. I'm looking as well. So if you miss one, Jazz, I'll probably pick up where you may have missed, but we are
All
on.
right. Perfect.
All right, awesome, awesome. So, ladies, how are y'all doing this evening?
Good. I'm doing good. It's a
Excellent.
good, good Thursday. I'm excited to be here with you all, and I'm ready to educate the people. I've been learning so much. I'm ready to just share it with my followers and my friends.
Awesome. What about you, Jazz?
I'm doing very good. It was a very good day so far. I'm excited about this conversation we're about to have this evening, and I'm excited. This is our first credit tea that will be happening every week at the same time. So I'm really excited to just get this going and get into the tea.
Yes, honey.
Yes, 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 yes. So as y'all heard from Shayna, y'all heard from Jasmine, and of course, it's your girl Kenyatta W. Jones from the Car Chats in the Morning. Y'all already know my introduction, right? Y'all know I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a mother, grandmother. I have to throw that in for some of y'all who are questioning my age and my genes and everything. But definitely, we're excited to be here with y'all. This conversation got started just talking about trade lines, right? That's it. Because people have a misconception about a trade line and an authorized user and piggy backing and all that type of stuff. So we're going to break it down for y'all. Now, I want to put out the disclaimer, don't y'all come for us because we ain't looking for y'all, right? This is our opinion, our experiences from personal and from our clients. Now, y'all are grown people. Y'all can make whatever decisions you want to make. Our job is to what? Supply you with the knowledge. It is up to you whether you use that knowledge, right? Because they say applied knowledge is powerful. So, with that being said, I'm going to just move on out the way. I'm going to let the next boss queen come in on this. What? Y'all know what today is, Thursday, right? It is happy, thankful testimonial Thursday, right? I've been giving thanks. I've been giving my testimonies. I love to hear testimonies. But I'm gonna move on out the way and open up the panel and let one of the other boss queens give their opinion and give some information for us.
So, we're specifically talking about trade lines tonight. I know there's been a lot of talk about trade lines since I've been in the credit repair industry. I've been seeing a lot of people who are selling trade lines and a lot of talk about piggybacking. And I think piggybacking is not a bad thing. I think that a lot of times people get confused because when you're piggybacking, you're not purchasing a trade line. You're actually getting on added as an authorized user on someone's account that you know. I personally did piggybacking with my mom when I was trying to rebuild my credit, and I'm still an authorized user on that trade line, and it's continuing to help my credit. The difference with piggybacking and purchasing a trade line is when you purchase a trade line, you're only going to be added to that account for a certain amount of time. And that's what people don't realize is that when you're purchasing a trade line, you're going to be dropped from that trade line slot for in 6 months, because the people who are selling those trade lines, they only have a certain amount of slots. I think the highest amount you can have is 50. So people who are participating in selling their authorized user slots, they want to recycle that slot. So they're not just going to keep you on that account. So a lot of times people think that they can purchase a trade line and it's going to improve their credit, but then it's only temporary. Your credit will go back down once you're removed from that trade line. So I don't think that it's bad to become an authorized user. Or piggyback. I actually support that if you're doing it the right way by doing it with someone you know. But I do think it's really risky when you start getting into purchasing trade lines, and a lot of banks are starting to see that and frown upon it because they know that's just a temporary fix of your credit. It's not going to be permanent. And so a lot of times when lenders are looking at your credit file, they'll see that and it'll be like a red flag that you could be a risky borrower because that's not your true credit profile.
That's so true. And Jazz, also to piggyback off of what you said, now they have software where they're not even using it. So now, like, they are connected with FICO, a lot of the lenders, and they are not allowing you to use that authorized user's history, their utilization. So it's not even factored into your score, and they're removing that out. So it's like now you've spent 1,500 or however much some of these individuals charge, and it's not even going to be used in your credit worthiness. It's not, you're not even going to be able to use that history. So I feel like that's a very, like, a con to it. Like, I paid this money and now I can't even use it. They're not even going to factor that in. And a lot of people do not know that. And they've spent money on these trade lines to get this quick boost. And like you said, just once they removed, it's over with, because they're going to recycle that. They're going to recycle that slot. And then also, it's not something that's reporting continuously. You paid for it. They drop it on there. They leave it on there for 6 months, but they're not actually continually paying each month, and you lose the value of it anyway.
Right. And since we're spilling the tea, go ahead, Kenyatta.
And not only that, here's the thing. Shayna, you hit on something very important. Y'all know me. I'm all about integrity. I'm all about honesty and building this business and
I
talking
was
with
just about to
people.
go
That's
there.
one thing that people love, right? People do business with who they know, love, and trust. But here's the thing, it's really kind of like fraud, because
Mm-hmm.
you are putting your information in front of a lender because you want a home or you want a car, but your credit profile is not stable at all. Even
Exactly.
if you add this trade line and you get a high credit score, the next time you get off of that trade line, you don't know how to keep that score up. You don't know what it takes to calculate a whole credit score and what goes into it because you have not done the homework. You've not done the homework, and I'll say it again because I stand by what I say. It's kind of like fraud to me. It's being dishonest because you're
Yeah,
portraying that your credit profile looks the same certain way, and it's not. You don't even know that payment history is 35% of your credit score.
It's
exactly.
it's
But
it's a pretty controversial topic though, because we know, being in the industry, that a lot of credit repair specialists or people in this industry will offer trade line services, and we run into that sometimes because we all have our own businesses, but we work together, and we have conversations about this all the time because we're just not willing to compromise our integrity for a quick fix. So we don't subscribe to offering our clients trade lines, because what we want to do is show them how to build positive, good credit on their own. And if you are in the market for looking for somebody to help you with your credit, that's something you definitely want to consider, because we hear all the time people go and pay thousands of dollars to get their credit repaired. It's repaired, and then 6 months it's trash again, and they don't even know why.
Exactly. And then now they can't close on the home. Now they can't get the car. Now they can't. Everything starts to backfire. And sometimes things, they may be, once they, as you stated, once they remove it, it's dropped. So you're right back to square one. It's right back to square one. So it really makes no sense, in my opinion. As you said, it's very, very controversial. But as you know, a lot of people want the quick fix. They want it quick. I'm trying to get this house in 3 months and I'm ready. But it takes a way more time to get where you need to be and build that credit, because you don't want to build up. It's for, in my opinion, it's just like a CPN, like a trade line. I want to build my own trade lines for my history. I don't want this person's history. That's just like a
Right.
CPN. You could get a CPN and people build up the CPN with those same fake trade lines, but then that's not you. So it's
Right.
still, you can't get a home with that.
And we don't
And
want
not
anyone.
only that, but that money.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Jazz.
I was just gonna say we don't want anyone to be confused, because a lot of times when we say trade lines, like you'll hear your consultant say you need trade lines, but the difference is you need your own trade lines that you applied for that credit yourself, not purchasing someone else's credit. So it is good to have trade lines. You do need trade lines on your credit profile, but it is very risky to be trying to build a credit profile with someone else's credit, especially if you're paying for it and that's all you have. Like I said, I have a trade line that I'm an authorized user on my mother's account, but I also have my own accounts. I have been building 2 on my own. If I got removed from that account, it probably wouldn't affect me that much at this point. So there's a difference between piggybacking, purchasing a trade line, and building your own positive credit history with your own trade lines.
And just like Jazz said, guys, sometimes we're talking and saying this terminology. A trade line is just an open line of credit. That's it. So guess what? A secured credit card is a trade line. Unsecured credit card is a trade line. Credit my rent is a trade line. Yes, you can get credit for your rent as long as you're paying it every 30 days. Okay, I had to put the little disclaimer out there. Don't be trying to report your rent and you 45, 50 days late. No, every 30 days on time. That is a trade line. Self lender, that's another loan. It adds, it
Really.
all adds to your credit history, which is what you want. We're not saying that adding a trade line is a bad thing, but get it through your family, get it through someone you trust. Don't pay that money for it, because guess what? The amount of money that they're charging for trade lines, you can pay down your debt. You can pay off your credit card. You can put that money towards a down payment for your home. So this is why I said that I don't tell my clients to buy trade lines like that. I teach them how to build their own and to really be able to go out. Once we get you to that 740 credit score, you can maintain it. That is the biggest thing. Can you maintain it? And like Jazz said, a lot of us cannot, because we are not taught that. And that's okay, because this is why we're here, right? This is why us ladies are here to share with you guys all of the knowledge that we have. And, sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. But before we move on, I want to know, what are y'all drinking? What are y'all
Oh,
drinking?
okay.
I
You
have, all right, this is ghetto, but y'all.
what,
So
girl?
I got wine in a champagne glass, but it's because I keep breaking my wine glasses and then I don't buy them. But I'm drinking Merlot in a champagne glass.
Okay. I know what kind of glass this is, and I'm a bartender, so as it gives me wine glass, but maybe it's like a male wine glass. Okay, and I'm drinking this wine. It was $5 at Walmart. This is it. It's called Winemaker Selection Rosé.
Is it like sweet?
No, and I was looking for sweet. I thought it was gonna have a little sweetness to it, but it doesn't.
Oh.
But it will definitely it'll get the job done. And Kenyatta, you have a big cup of wine,
Yes, what are you drinking, Kenyatta?
Okay.
girl.
So I'm not going to say that this is just ghetto, because I am unique and I just do whatever the hell I want to do. Okay. So this is Moscato in an orange juice glass, because my family and I are packing, because we have over a 740 credit score and we're getting ready to move into our new home by the end of the year. So kudos to us. I can drink in whatever the hell I want to drink in.
Cheers,
But
A
cheers.
juice
those
glass.
glasses, those orange glasses are actually do well, I know this because I'm a drinker. Those are actually wine glasses too. The short little,
Yeah, I like them better though.
I like them like that too. And because I'm always breaking my flute, so that's why I'm like, I'm just gonna start getting those. They're
Yeah,
like the orange juice glasses, but they're wine glasses, and they like have the big.
little bit too much wine if you keep breaking the stem, okay?
You have to do me like this on the Good Life.
King Yada was like, nope.
Do we have any
So
questions?
I don't see any questions in the chat.
No, I
Let
don't
me
see
check
it.
my phone. Let me check
I don't
my phone. Maybe I had some people texting.
because what I was also gonna add too is that the money that you could spend on somebody telling you, oh, you can purchase this trade line for five, because I've seen 500, I've seen 1,000, I've even seen $2,000 for a trade
Hmm.
line. That's money that you could have used to invest in your own trade line.
Yeah.
Put 500 on a secure card. You could have looked, got an unsecured loan at the bank and paid that back. You could have. There's a lot of things that you could do to build your own. Set that 1,000 to the side and just build for a year. Sometimes you want to get a house this year, and sometimes it's better to build a full year. Stay where you are, save, build, so you have your down payment, your credit score is where it is. You've paid some things off, and you're good to go. I think
That's a
that's
good point.
why trade lines are a waste, because you could end up starting back with a low score once they drop, and then that money is spent, and it could have been invested to building a solid, credit history, credit profile.
Yeah.
Right, right. I
So,
definitely agree.
does anyone have? I do want to just throw it out there. We don't have any questions in the chat, but we would like to know if anybody has any questions about trade lines, anything that we've been discussing. Even if you have a different question that regarding credit, we love answering questions about credit. So if you have questions in the chat, or if you have any recommendations about what you would like to hear us discuss next week, drop it in the chat. I know that some people will see this after it's live, so we are still going to be able to monitor the chat and answer questions, and we would love to know what you guys are interested in hearing us talk about.
Exactly. Yes, because this was
And then make sure you hashtag replay so we know if you were watching it live. We know if you were watching it with the replay. Definitely put your questions in. Like Jazz and Shayna said, we love questions. That's just what gets us going, right? Is to keep educating the people.
at this point we are completely obsessing, and I love it.
Yes.
So the
Yes, we are.
the so what
I
what
wish
we
we
should.
had some realtors or mortgage originators on, because I love to hear what they think when they see a person's credit score was in the fives, and then ooh, now it's in the sevens. And y'all
Like,
know sometimes these homes they don't close quick. So you have to run that score again, which means you're paying for that trade line again. You're just
Right.
throwing money out the window. You just might as well give your money to us. Just
yeah,
donate it to us if you want to get rid of money.
because at this point,
Right.
yeah, so I definitely agree with just building all of your trade lines and your credit history organically, learning as much as you can in regards to credit, because we weren't taught that. And then even if we were taught that, at some point we messed it up. At some point we thought it was a joke
Mm-hmm.
in the
Yeah.
400 500s, and it happens. But
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I never been an authorized user, or I haven't piggybacked off anyone um as of yet. I tried to call my sister to piggyback off her, but she was like, girl, I just got my card, so that didn't work. But I'm trying to build mine organically as well. Have you, Kenyatta? Have you piggybacked?
No, I have not. I am building mine organically, but I did I'm gonna add on my son and my husband.
That's a good
So
idea,
they
especially your
can,
son.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good thing.
my son is 19, and he knows a lot about credit already, and I want to give my husband another trade line, you know. And that's what it's about. We're just going to do it organically,
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
you
there's
know.
nothing wrong with piggybacking. I'm not shaming piggybacking. We should be helping each other build our credit so we can get things. But the
exactly.
thing about piggybacking is it doesn't go away unless you crazy and you fall out with the person or something like that. But hopefully that's not happening. But
Right.
it doesn't go away after a certain amount of time when you're piggybacking. You just stay on that person so it continues to be on your credit file. So
Even
that's the whole thing about when they can tell how long you've been an authorized user.
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
so when you're piggybacking, a lender can tell that that's a stable account on your credit file. You have access to that credit. Maybe you can use the card. You get a credit card. So I mean, a lender can tell that you've been on that account for a year, or 7 months, or whatever the case may be.
And then it even also says that, as you know, when we're doing clients and you look at their credit report, it'll say join or authorize. It'll say AU, and it'll say it, and it'll have that time. And like Kenyatta said, I feel like it's like fraud too, because it's like it's kind of like you exaggerated you know what I mean, like your score temporarily.
Yeah, imagine going for a home loan and you're authorized user only for a month.
Exactly.
How does that look, to a lender? Like, I would love to see what mortgage lenders think when they see that too.
Yeah, that's what she was just saying. Like, she would love to hear what a realtor would have to say, or a mortgage broker, because it has to be a red flag.
Yeah, you would think, right?
Yeah, it would definitely have to
I
be a
think it
red,
is.
because
It's a false pretense. It's false pretense, is what it is.
in a house is not that's not small, that's big business. That's like hundreds of thousands of dollars in money that they're lending to you off of a false score. So that's why I believe they have been beginning to catch on to it, because now some of these people that did slide through the cracks and they got the home, and they're falling behind on their mortgage, and they take a look and they probably see, oh, they only had this account for such and such months, and we were lending out this money just based off of the score. So
Right.
now they're double backing, because they're going through a pandemic too. They don't want to be giving all this money out to people that aren't credit worthy, because now their money
Exactly.
is
Right.
Exactly. So listen, but y'all know what we know. So we're going to share with our people what other ways you can improve your credit. Of course, paying your bills on time is major, major, major. What else we got, ladies, besides paying your bills on time every month?
your utilization, like
Oh, that's a big one.
your credit
That's
utilization is
good ones.
A lot of people think you need to have your utilization under 30%, but really, if you want to maximize that score, you want to have it
lower.
5 to 7%. I don't even like 7%. I want it under 5%.
Yeah,
That's
usually
when you're going to
mine
get the most points.
is telling me like you're at 2%. I'd be over here like, yes.
Yeah. I like to stay at 2% for my utilization.
Exactly. I spend it, I put it back. A
Yep.
credit money. And a lot of people don't know that credit utilization, that area, that percentage is like credit cards. It's just dedicated to credit cards. Like, so if you don't have one, get one. If you can't get one because your score is already low and you're trying to build, then you would just invest in a secure card.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
And also dispute any inaccuracies, guys. That's your right with the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You can dispute any inaccuracy that's on your credit report, be it the wrong name, be it the wrong spelling, date of birth, anything that is not you. You can dispute it. And a lot of people don't realize that once they do that, there's a lot of errors on your credit report that people don't even know about.
A lot
They
of
don't
errors.
realize that. Right.
yeah.
Because people are
Everything
really
on your
afraid.
everything on your credit report should be 100% accurate. 100%. Even if one bureau is reporting that you owe $20, if the next bureau is reporting you owe $30, then it's not 100% accurate. And
Exactly.
until they figure out which one's correct, they got to take that off your credit report.
Right.
So definitely disputing inaccuracies is going to help improve your credit, especially if you have late payments, if you have collections on there, repossessions, charge-offs, bankruptcies, student loans that are hurting your debt to income. Student loans is a whole nother topic, so I don't really want to get into getting those removed off your credit report, because that's a whole nother show.
Almost fell out the chair, girl. That's a whole nother subject when it comes to student loans.
Yes.
That is a
But
rabbit hole, is what that
Yeah.
is.
But another important thing for having good credit is having a good mix of credit. You want to have a good mix of installment and revolving credit reporting on your credit file.
most definitely. Most
Yep.
definitely. You always want
So,
to have a mix.
ladies, Absolutely. We have given the people the tea, the credit tea. We have gave them some parting words with how we feel about trade lines. We've given them some tools to how to get better credit, to how our credit is calculated. I want you ladies to think of one key thing when you got into the credit industry. What stuck out to you the most? Okay, what stuck out to you the most when you got into the credit repair industry?
Well, what stuck out to me the most is that I actually, it is in my control. A lot of people think it's not in your control. This is, they're doing this to me. They're making my credit bad. Why would they put that on my credit? But in reality, your credit profile is dependent on you. You can have awesome credit, but it's all about your habits, your spending habits, your budgeting habits, how you manage your score in your credit cards and things of like your payment history. So that was the biggest thing that I took away from it. Like, I can fix this. I can repair this. All I have to do is get back on the right track, keep making my payments on time, keep my utilization low, and I can do this. I can dispute these items, get it corrected, get it reporting in a positive light. And that's one thing that really kind of let me know, like, okay, this is it was my fault. I can fix it. Really stuck out to me.
Yeah, that's a good point. To me, one, you don't have to live with your past mistakes, and number two,
True.
you cannot fix what you're ashamed of. You can't. You have to be able to drop that shame and reach out to somebody for help if you're trying to fix something. So you can't sit around and walk around quietly with shame, because that's what I did for a long time. I was like, I ain't living right, but I can't say nothing to nobody because it's embarrassing. You won't improve that way. You're gonna have to give somebody a call that you trust, that can help you, and talk about what's on your credit profile and develop a plan. You just can't walk around with your head down, buried in the sand, being embarrassed about it, because a lot of people have made these mistakes. That's another thing. Once I started helping people with credit, the amount of people who've come to me that I've worked with, that I know, I'm like, wow, I just thought everybody was good and I was doing terrible.
Exactly. Yeah, how I
But,
was.
so those are my main things. What about you, Kenyatta?
Now, don't y'all laugh at me. Or if you do laugh, make sure you just turn your head to the side or laugh once we end this broadcast. But for me, I'm going to be transparent. Y'all know I love having transparent moments. I really thought the credit bureaus they were from the government. I really thought that they were controlled by the government. I thought they were going to come after me in handcuffs, and I'm too cute to go to jail. Um, but that was the aha moment for me. It was like, wait a minute, y'all a privately owned company? This has nothing to do with the government. Y'all just around here scaring people with the name of bureau,
A lot of people
right?
think
We
that.
thinking the
We're not
FBI.
laughing at you. I thought that. I'm sure we all thought that at
Mhm.
some point.
Yeah,
So that was my moment. And that's something that I share with my clients. We're not afraid of the bureaus because they are privately owned company that want money. They sell our clients information to gain a profit off of it. So we are
Truth be
ready. We
told,
are equipped. We are ready. We
truth,
are equipped. And guess what? Y'all hit us up. It doesn't matter. Inbox, text, call, whatever. We are here. Our information is all over social media. But guess what? We're going to be here next week, Thursday, same place, Facebook Live, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But y'all give us some feedback. What did you think about, credit tea
and
with all of our boss queens, right? But
I
it's
just
been a
want to
pleasure,
say,
y'all.
Kenyatta, based on what you were just saying, that we're not afraid of the bureaus, I just wanted to say most of the time the bureaus are afraid of us
yep.
because we're coming with the law and they don't want to get sued.
Exactly.
So
The
use
law
that
works in
to
our
your
favor.
too. Right.
Exactly.
Use the law in
It
your
really
favor.
does.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So
And
with that being said, Go
create
ahead,
like a little.
Shayna.
I think we should create like a group, like an informational group. I think we should create our own called the credit team. We're gonna talk about that later. But I think
Yeah.
Okay.
This was fun, ladies.
it really.
Yes,
I can't
yes,
wait for
yes.
next.
It really was fun.
Yeah, we are at 30 minutes. We did good.
Yeah.
So this is the first one for the books. We will be here next Thursday. New topics. If you are watching the replay, make sure you hashtag replay. Let us know what topics or what information you may be looking for, or what you may need help with. And we'll see you here next Thursday.
Good night.
Bye.